What is up, guys? I'm here with my WWE Survivor Series 2011 pay-per-view review. I gotta say, overall, besides The Rock being the center of attention of yet another WWE pay-per-view, gotta say, very good show. I might consider it even be a great show. It was very easy to watch. Well, it'll be easy to watch. It was, it was satisfying to watch. It was good, to say the least. It was good. Damn it. Hold on. Alright, my bad. Sorry about that. Forgot something out there. Like I said, overall, a very good show. First match you had to start off the night was the United States Championship Match, Dolph Ziggler versus John Morrison. This was a good match. To be honest, I expected more because of the great matches they've had in the past. But it was good for what it was. It was nothing special. I hate that this match started getting really good at the very end, which really ticked me off. You know, John Morrison actually did this Moonlight Drive in that match, which I have not seen him use that move in a while. I've seen him try to do it, but I've never seen him actually hit the move in a while. I don't know, Ziggler basically dominated him throughout the entire match. Well, not the entire match, more like I'd say the first half of it, he dominated Morrison. You know, basically made Morrison look like a nobody. But it was whatever. Then Vicky got kicked out of ringside eventually. And then Morrison went for Starship Pain, but Ziggler put his knees up, and Ziggler got up and hit the zigzag, get the 1, 2, 3, 2, win the match. Overall, like I said, it was a good match. We want Riot chants throughout the entire match. It was like, come on, he's not in the match, so why are you gonna chant his name for? And of course, after the match, Dolph Ziggler cuts a promo, saying how he's like the best at what he's doing, blah blah blah. That cues Zack Ryder. Zack Ryder just runs out. It's funny, right when he slides in the ring, Ziggler just beats the hell out of him. He's just wailing on him. And then Ryder finally got some offense in, and then hit the Rough Rider and just basically pose for the crowd, and that's it. Next, you go on to the Lumberjill match for the Divas Championship. Beth Phoenix versus Eve. Not going to talk about much about this match. All I'm going to say is, at the end of the match, Beth Phoenix hit the Grand Slam off the top rope. Yes, off the top rope. I was even like, holy shit, when that happened. And got the 1, 2, 3 to retain the Divas title. That's all I'm talking about in that match. After the match, you had The Rock cut another promo. Well, not another promo, but cut a promo, which was like 5 to 10 minutes long, which was like, whatever. Basically him chronicalizing how special Madison Square Garden was to him, about what happened to him at Madison Square Garden. Like, he even said, talked about, I think it was his dad, yeah. Talking about how his dad won the WWF tag team titles. Yes, he said WWF, but that was funny. And he just blah on. I honestly wasn't paying attention. They really didn't care, to be honest. And, yeah, this promo. Next, you had the traditional Survivor Series Elimination match. Randy Orton, Sheamus, Kofi Kingston, Mason Ryan. Randy Orton, Sheamus, Kofi Kingston, Mason Ryan, and Cara, I was right. Versus Wade Barrett, Dolph Ziggler, Jack Swagger, Cody Rhodes, and Hunico. I forgot who it was on his team. Let me go through the eliminations. Alright, Dolph Ziggler was the first one to get eliminated by Randy Orton by the RKO. Sin Cara got eliminated by an injury, which, from what I hear, he's legitimately injured. He's supposed to be out for 6 to 9 months, which sucks, because that means he's probably going to miss Mania, so that really sucks. Then Mason Ryan got eliminated by Cody Rhodes after Cody Rhodes hit the Crossroads on him. Then Kofi Kingston got eliminated by Wade Barrett after Wade Barrett hit the Wasteland on him. And then Sheamus got disqualified, so he got eliminated. Then Swagger got eliminated by Randy Orton after Sheamus hit the bro kick on him, and Randy Orton just pinned him. Then Hunico got eliminated by Randy Orton after Hunico jumped off the ropes, and Randy Orton hit an RKO midair. And then Randy Orton finally got eliminated last by Wade Barrett by a Wasteland. So your winners and sole survivors of the match were Wade Barrett and Cody Rhodes. I gotta say, for a Survivor Series match, it was a disappointment, to be honest. Like I said, I didn't know what to expect of this match, but the match was just, I wasn't into the match. The crowd wasn't into the match that much. Like I said, same as Ziggler and Morrison, it didn't get interesting until like the very end of the match, which sucks. But it was good. Like I said, I just couldn't get into the match. None of the guys really seemed like they had any chemistry in the match, which was like, okay, this match is just boring, but whatever. Wade Barrett and Cody Rhodes, Soul Survivor, is very, very excited that Team Barrett won. Predicted they would win, and he won, so that's a big plus up. After the match, you had Punk backstage with David Otunga, talking about how David Otunga told Punk that he had to apologize to Michael Cole before the match started, his title match started, and Punk said he would think about it, blah blah blah, then made fun of David Otunga and his bow tie, whatever segment. And then you go to the World Heavyweight Championship match, Mark Henry versus Big Show. This match is whatever. Probably the worst match they've had. Actually, I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe the worst match they've had this year. It was just like, I really wasn't into it. The only thing worth talking about was that Big Show did a flying elbow off the top rope, which is kind of cool. And then Mark Henry he didn't spear him, but he shoulder blocked the Big Show through the barricade, which is kind of cool. And then after the match, they started getting into it more and more and more. And Big Show had the momentum going. He was going to hit Mark Henry with the WMD. Swung, missed, turned around, then Mark Henry kicked him in the nuts and got disqualified. So your winner by disqualification is the Big Show. And then after the match, Mark Henry brought a chair into the ring, tried to do a Money in the Bank all over again. He jumped, Big Show moved, and Mark Henry was like, fuck, I missed. And then Big Show put the chair in Mark Henry's ankle and just he didn't go on the top rope, he just jumped and elbowed it, or he leg dropped it, I don't know, he did something to it. And Mark Henry's in pain, or something like that. I don't know what the hell he's doing. But Mark Henry, I don't know what they're going to do with this. I know for a fact they're going to have a rematch at TLC, probably a tables match, but I honestly don't want to see another match between these guys. I'm tired of this feud. I'm not really interested in it. When two big guys feud like that, they should usually just go one pay-per-view match, not two. 3 they're at, probably going to be 4, so yeah, I'm just not interested in that. So, yep, Big Show wins by disqualification. Then you had Del Rio backstage with the Bellas. Then Laurinaitis comes out and tells Del Rio to take his title match seriously. And Del Rio's like, I'll do whatever I want. By the way, Del Rio got a haircut. Pretty damn funny. Then that leads into the WWE Championship Match. Alberto Del Rio versus CM Punk. Great match. Match of the night by far. This definitely stole the show. Very, very fun and easy to sit through. I'm not gonna lie, the beginning was kind of slow. I was kind of like, maybe this match is not gonna be as good as I thought it was gonna be. And then it got great. It was just very, very fun to watch. The crowd was very into it. It was just awesome match. It was awesome match. Very, very sick back and forth counters throughout the entire match. I'm not gonna name them all. There was so many counters. It was ridiculous how many counters they had in this match. They had great chemistry. Like I said in my predictions, that they've had, several matches on Raw before, and, they've had a lot of opportunities to work with each other, and it showed that they're, them working together, their hard work, working together, something, you know what I mean. What the hell, what am I looking for? It showed off, basically, it showed that all their work they had in matches proved to be great, and this is nothing but a great match. At the end of the match, Del Rio got the cross arm breaker in. Sorry if I'm speaking weird. I'm just kind of still shocked at what happened in the pay-per-view, because you'll know why in a little bit. And I thought Punk was actually going to tap out, to be honest, but Punk got to the ropes, and then Punk hit a sick kick on Del Rio, and then I think he tried to give Del Rio the GTS, but Del Rio got out. And then Punk put Del Rio in the Anaconda Vice, and he was just locking it in for a minute straight. And then Del Rio finally taps, and your winner by submission and new WWE Champion, CM Punk. I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh my god. First of all, I'm thinking, Del Rio cannot catch a break for his life. I mean, his first title reign lasted 2 weeks, and the second one only lasted a month. This guy cannot catch a break. And then I'm also thinking, Punk is champion. Punk is champion. And I'm sitting there, I'm marking out, I'm like, yes, he's finally champ. I honestly thought this match was going to end in disqualification, but when I saw that Big Show Mark Henry ended in DQ, I was like, alright, Del Rio's going to beat Punk. I'm kind of pissed off about that. Then Punk wins, because I'm thinking Punk's going to win the title at TLC. That's what I thought they were going to go. I thought they were going to have Punk win by DQ here, and then have him win the title at TLC, but Punk won the title. No complaints from me, but great match and a great moment. Great stuff. From there on, you have an interview with Wade Barrett. Striker talking about the Barrett barrage, and Barrett's all like, blah, 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 blah. Miz and R-Truth come out, and Barrett says, the Barrett barrage is what your America's, I said Americans, Charlie Sheen calls winning, which I thought was very, very funny. And Miz and Truth basically say how they're going to beat Rock and Cena, which leads into the main event, John Cena and The Rock versus The Miz and R-Truth. It's kind of funny, this match didn't even get a ring induction, which was like, what the fuck. So, the match overall itself, it was alright. It wasn't a great match. I wasn't expecting it to be a great match. I was expecting, it was Rock's in-ring return, which is just what people want to see itself, just Rock in the ring again. And, at the beginning of the match, Rock started with Miz. Rock looked like he was in phenomenal shape. I'm not going to lie. I'm not on Team Bring It. I'm on Team Cena. But Rock was tearing it up on Miz and Truth. He was going on them like no tomorrow. And he did that for about 5 minutes, and he tagged Cena in, and for about 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes, basically, Cena got his ass kicked by Miz and Truth. There's like no offense on Cena's part at all. He got a few hits in, but besides that, he was getting his ass kicked by Miz and Truth. Then finally, Cena got the hot tag on The Rock, and then, R-Truth is tagged in Miz, and then The Rock went beast mode on Miz and Truth. He gave Miz a huge DDT, and then he gave him a huge spine buster, and then lead it up by the People's Elbow, and got to 1, 2, 3, The Rock and John Cena win. That was dumb. That was stupid. That didn't make any sense to me. Yes, I know this was Rock's return match. It was his first match in 7 years, but having him and Cena, they weren't even coexisting in the match. The Rock was talking trash to Cena outside the ring, man, when Cena was in the ring. That made no sense that they won. My main concern here is, where does Miz and Truth go from now on? Because now that they've been beaten by Rock and Cena, what are they going to do now? I mean, if they would have won, they could have bragging rights and be like, yeah, we beat, The Rock and Cena when, fuck, I don't know. But they could have bragged around saying how they beat him, but nope. They had Rock and Cena win. Which to me was just stupid. I don't know how they can do this. I mean, yeah, they could still continue it. I mean, last year at SummerSlam, Nexus lost, but they still had a lot of fun watching on Raw. They basically took over Raw still, so I don't know, they can do that with Miz and Truth, I guess. But of course, after the match, Rock was like, Cena, get your ass back in here. We're gonna pose in the ring. So Rock does his pose. Everyone's like, yeah. Cena goes up. Everyone's like, boo. And Cena, I'm sorry, but they made Cena look like a little bitch on here. Cena was like, he was laughing. He's like, yeah, no, I'm gonna get booed, but I'm gonna do it anyways. They made Cena look like a little bitch. And then Rock's like, come here, man, come here. Come here, yeah, come here, you come here, yeah. Gives him rock bottom, and Rock's like, yeah. And I'm not gonna lie, Cena kind of no-sold it. He just rolled out of the ring and walked up to stage. So I'm like, what the hell? By the way, that was a sick stage they had. I don't care what anyone says, it was sick. But yeah, basically, Rock ends another pay-per-view. Basically, WrestleMania 27 all over again, basically. So, whatever. But overall, like I say, it was a satisfying pay-per-view. I give it a thumbs up. I'd probably give it a 7.5. Maybe, I think I would give it an 8 out of 10. It was a very, very fun show to sit through. But that was my review of the pay-per-view, you guys. Rock, I'll see you in 5 months for Mania, because I know I ain't gonna see you anytime soon. So, yeah. But that was my review. Survivor Series, if you haven't seen it, go watch it. Good pay-per-view. So, yeah, I'm Zach and Rock, guys. Thanks for watching.